I do not wake up at 5 a.m., but over the years, I've wanted to sort of change up my schedule and wake up earlier. So I have watched so many videos on YouTube, and I've also read so many articles about how to wake up at 5 a.m. because that seems to be like a buzzword of waking up early. So even though I never intended to wake up that early, I thought I could get some tips. And even though it's the same stuff over and over again, I keep reading these articles and watching these videos, or I have over the years. And they all basically give very similar advice. Like I said, like I'm waiting for that gem. That's why I keep reading similar articles. I think that's what we kind of do in any topic when we read a lot of articles or watch a lot of videos on a certain topic, even if we know a lot of the information. I think we're just like waiting for that one gem that's going to change everything. Because I've never really been able to get up with ease in the morning. No matter how much I sleep, even if I sleep a full night, it's still like the morning and I don't want to get up. Once I'm up, everything's great, but I always had trouble getting out of bed. So what all these videos and articles say to do is wind back your schedule little by little. In other words, go to sleep earlier so it's easier to wake up earlier. And you do that in increments by 15 minutes, 30 minutes, just small amounts until you get to your desired wake up time. I do wake up between 6 and 6:30. I try not to be too strict about it, but the first hour of my day flies by. I don't know where it goes with just like kind of you're groggy and waking up and doing like morning stuff. So once I'm up, I'm so happy that I'm up and I really want to get up that early now. So part of it is, not just getting enough sleep because you go to sleep earlier so that it's easier to wake up earlier. For me, it's motivation. And what none of those articles or videos told me was what actually I found I needed to do and what has worked for me. And that was, I needed to get to the root of why it was hard for me to get out of bed, or why, it was still an obstacle, even though I know once I'm up, it's great. And I really want to be up and I really like getting a lot of stuff done before I start work. So that's a huge motivation of why I changed my schedule, but it wasn't enough. Like I knew I wanted a lot of time before I start work in the morning. And that's why I wanted to, stop staying up later so that I have more time in the morning instead of, having a bunch of, or, staying up later and doing things then. I wanted to use the morning for getting stuff done instead of after work. So there was motivation there, but I still had trouble. And what I had to change was what I tell myself when I get up, because I realized when I wake up, because it's not that natural for me to, just spring out of bed, it always felt too early to get up. Like, oh, I have plenty of time. Oh, I'll just push everything in my day back. It'll be fine. It was this like, I don't need to get up now. So I had to start telling myself, as soon as my alarm goes off, it's not early. It's time to get up. And on days when I still have trouble doing this, that's what I tell myself. It has become habit a lot more now, but I really use it as sort of my default tool if I need that extra kick. It's not early, it's time to get up. Because, again, the root cause of this was, oh, it's so early, I don't really need to be up. I'll just, again, shuffle my day and make it, have my day longer, which is what I don't want to do because I want to go to sleep at a reasonable hour so that it's easy to get up the next day. And the same thing can be applied to your writing and blocks that you have in writing, or why you might struggle with writing. If you think writing is hard, I'm not a good writer, this is difficult, when you sit down to write, it's going to be that much harder. Who wants to sit down to do something difficult? Who wants to sit down to do something they're not good at? That's not fun. So if you want to stick with a writing practice, because I talk about writing practice a lot, I'll put some links below about, building your writing portfolio. which I talk about all the time. And that comes down to practice and making the time to write. I have some articles on Copyblogger I'll link to as well, not just videos. So if you think writing's hard, writing's difficult, you need to reframe that and tell yourself something different. It can be as simple as, writing's easy, I love writing. If you go into a writing session with that mindset, you have removed a lot of the difficulty. Maybe it's not true. Maybe you're not a good writer. Maybe you don't love writing. It's just something that's important to you and you want to work at. Until you get to the root cause of why something is difficult, it's so much easier just to fall back into the patterns that you ultimately don't want, that you're ultimately looking to change. So, I use this in writing too, because I do a lot of writing, and, some days it is difficult for me too. So when I catch myself going like, oh, I just really don't feel like writing, or this is going to be difficult, I'm not really sure what I want to say yet. Because that's what makes writing difficult, when you don't have a clear picture of what you want to say. I immediately catch those thoughts. I try to as much as possible. I am human. And I say, oh, writing's fun. Writing's easy. Because I know when I change my mindset like that, and I change how I'm talking about writing, when I sit down to write, it is so much easier. It comes with so much more ease, because I don't have these blocks that I've put up. It's still work. I still might not be writing something that I like. It still might be difficult, but you're not doing yourself any favors if you're telling yourself that writing is difficult, and that or writing is stressful, or that you're not doing anything good. All of those thoughts are really useless. I think all thoughts and feelings are valid, and we have to honor what's actually going on. But in terms of productivity, they're useless. Telling yourself those things are useless. So if you are also looking to change your schedule, you could do something like that to make sure that you either go to sleep earlier or wake up earlier. And I kind of have to retrain myself, or I did less now, with at night, like, it's time to go to sleep. Like, I'm not staying up too late. You have, you tell yourself at night it's time to go to sleep, and then you tell yourself in the morning, it's not early, it's time to wake up, which I've said is like my catchphrase. It sounds really simple, but it's so easy to fall back in the habits we don't want if we don't have these little go-to phrases and ways to reframe how we're thinking about things. And if you struggle with writing, I would definitely encourage you to come up with a phrase that works for you, that kind of reminds yourself to push those blocks out and go into your writing practice with more ease and with more of a mindset that's encouraging you to do great work, instead of putting you in a place where the situation feels difficult or challenging. If you would like more tips like this every week about writing, creativity, productivity, I post videos every week. So click the red subscribe button below the video and tap the notification bell, because then you will get a note letting you know that I have something new for you to check out. Give this video a like if it's going to help you change a habit that you're working on, something that you are looking to improve. And I will talk with you soon.